Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Judson University webinar, Meet Your Personal Cheerleaders. Thanks for joining us this evening. My name is Katie, and I am going to be moderating our webinar today. To begin, let's go ahead and cover the agenda, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we are going to talk about during our time together. So first up, you're going to meet a few of the coaches from Judson University, but more importantly, after you meet them, they'll walk you through what they do and how their roles affect you and how they help you while you're studying at Judson. After that, you will hear from a student about her experience with Judson Success Coaching. And at the very tail end of our conversation, we'll have a Q&A session where our panelists will answer any of the questions that you have about Judson, about starting school, about the coaching model, etc. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to our hosts this evening. First, we are joined by Kim Surin, who is the Enrollment Manager here at Judson. She is joined by Braelin Stockton, who is an Enrollment Coach, and Frank Villa, who is a Success Coach. And last but certainly not least, we have Shunnalo Brown on the call, who is currently enrolled in our Bachelor's of Psychology degree. So we are going to go ahead and turn the time over to Kim to get the ball rolling, and we'll hear from you in about 20 or 30 minutes in the Q&A session.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kim Surin. I am the Enrollment Manager here at Judson for our Adult and Professional Studies Division. I have the privilege of managing a team of both success coaches and enrollment coaches who are all very strongly committed to the success of our students. So here at Judson, we believe in empowering our students. We do this through our coaching. There'll be someone who will be there to give you the extra nudge. You may need to power through a hard class, but they're also going to be there to cheer you on and encourage you and really be that person who wants to celebrate with you all of your successes. So welcome and thanks for joining us today.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Braelin Stockton. I'm Senior Enrollment Coach here with Judson University. I am really excited to see all of you and help you understand how your enrollment coach at Judson will help empower you and create a personalized plan for your success. So we know that every student is not the same, and students can have different reasons for pursuing further education. So that's why, as a Judson student in the adult program, before you begin, you are matched with an enrollment coach like myself, who will support you in choosing the program that is best fit for your life now and what you see for yourself in the future. Knowing that most adult students are busy, we will work within your schedule to make sure the application process is efficient and timely so that you can quickly be on your way towards your goal of completing your degree. And really, as an enrollment coach, it's important for you to have someone who can help you understand what questions to ask, what actions to take in order to make this process as seamless and ensure that you can make an informed choice. I am dedicated to helping you find a degree program that really makes sense for your life. Many students come to Judson with prior professional and academic experiences. So as a student, you're not necessarily defined by your past, but we want to make sure your accomplishments and experiences can open the door for opportunities at Judson and beyond. So that's why it's essential for us to really understand what has worked for you so that we can create an effective degree plan and connect you with the right support resources in our programs. We definitely know that all students have a life outside of school. That's to be expected, which is why I like to make sure we have the opportunity to connect and talk about your priorities. Then we can actually see how a degree program at Judson fits in with your life. I have students, some who work full-time, some who have children, some who are caretakers of family members, others who are active members in their community or church. And so learning about what it is that's important to you, what it is that drives you, helps us create a realistic schedule and making sure that schedule can include school. And last but not least, we also want to make sure that, understanding your career options and educational goals are a big part in making a decision about further education. Evaluating what you want to achieve academically and professionally can help you find a program that is the right fit. Having students who come from varying backgrounds, I have helped people working in customer service. I've helped students in the medical field actually pursue their passion by earning, something entirely different, like a business degree. So we will take the time to break down your goals and bridge the gap between your education and future career opportunities. I know that when you're starting a new endeavor, it can absolutely feel daunting. And so it's important that myself and any other enrollment coach that you work with here at Judson has the opportunity to take you step by step through the application process. So applying can be simple when you always have someone to answer any questions that might arise that are unique to your specific situation. So this includes taking the time to gather all of the important documents needed to create your admissions file. We want to see you as a whole student. And so, that means getting the information we need to have that perspective. So as an enrollment coach, myself and other enrollment coaches will guide you through every form and document needed to see that full picture. Last but not least, your enrollment coach is going to be able to help you understand and complete the financial aid process. Paying for school can, seem impossible sometimes. And so we want to make sure you have all the information needed to realize that financial assistance is available to help pay for school, and that, when you're making those informed choices every step of the way, it's achievable. And Judson applicants can know that you can turn to an enrollment coach to make that financial aid process as simple as possible, even though you may be entirely new to the college process. So, a large majority of Judson students receive some form of financial aid to help pay for school. And we want to make sure that you have access to as much funding as possible. As a future student, your enrollment coach will take the time to go through the free application for federal student aid, or the FAFSA. We'll go through that form together. The sooner this is done, the sooner we can give you a realistic idea of the financial aid that's available and your other resources for paying for college. We take the time to sit down and explain your financial aid options, so how they actually make a Judson degree achievable. And you're encouraged to ask questions. We want to make sure that you can make an informed choice about every aspect of school, especially the financial piece. Using financial aid is something that most students can do, but it is something that requires smart decisions and, intention around academics and finances. So your enrollment coach is available to talk through responsible borrowing. Financial aid is something that you have to earn in so many ways. So it allows you to sit and say, I'm going to perform the way I need to in the classroom, and I have assistance to help me continue with my education. So we want to make sure you can be wise about one of the greatest investments that you'll make in your life, and that's your education. So once you do decide that Judson is a good fit for you and your needs, as an enrollment coach, I myself am available to walk you through all of the paperwork needed relating to financial aid in a timely manner. In some cases, I've helped students complete the process in as little as a few days. So as long as you are committed and ready to have those important conversations and go through the forms together, I am available as an enrollment coach, and my colleagues, other enrollment coaches, are available to support you.
Hello, this is Frank Villa, your success coach here at Judson. I will be another layer of support throughout your educational journey, offering guidance and support, cheering you on, and encouraging your progress to achieve your personal and your professional goals. Co-building, necessary college skills. I will help you prepare for college, creating the right mental approach, providing unique resources, and a catalyst for good habits. You're not alone. I will be with you every step of the way. I always use this and as a motto: progression over perfection and will over skill. Connecting with daily activities with your long-term goals. I want to understand the foundation and purpose of why you're starting this educational journey. Keeping school in your top 5 priorities is essential. You will develop a routine that best suits you. Just like anything else you want to achieve, you will need dedication, grit, discipline, and good work ethic. We'll practice forward thinking and solution-focused perspectives as well. Holding you accountable. This journey will have its ups and downs, and you may lose focus and motivation from time to time, but I will always be there to help you get back on track. It's always good to remember and write down why you started this journey. I will remind you why this is important to you, and also help you keep the big picture in sight, which is always graduation. I know how tough it can be. I always like to share my personal experiences, my highs and my lows, and find commonalities, and we will persevere together. A quick example that I like using sometimes when students have a bit of their pitfalls is one occasion, well, actually 3 occasions. When I was in college, it took me 3 attempts to pass a math class. Now, it was discouraging, stressful, and frustrating, but with a little help and encouragement with my support group, they did not let me fail and did not let me derail me from my goals. Now, moving on to slide number 10, building college skills. Help you develop habits that lead to success. It all starts with positive thinking. No one starts a program with intentions to fail or drop. I will prepare you for each class through resources, books, materials, class expectations, and time management. We will create a roadmap for your success. We will create a plan of action and weekly schedule that keeps school in your top 5 to-do list. I tell my students all the time, the more you are in class, the better you will do. I will give you tips and suggestions and cheer you along in every single class. Now, it does take practice and some reps to get comfortable with the navigation of our Judson support systems. The feedback I get from our students is our learning platform is very user-friendly, and I will make sure you are fluent in navigating all of Judson. An example, a student of mine, she was super excited to start college, but also very nervous, which is warranted. I understand. It's a big commitment. She was new. She did not know where to start. Now, we have a great support system here. Now, I will walk her through the website and resources and showing her where things were at. And she picked it up in no time. And within about a week or 2, her confidence grew and grew and grew. Later on down the road, she was super proficient and actually referred her sister, which started the program a few months later. Now, she was the one that took her under her wing and showed her all of Judson, which this is something I like to share just because with a little bit of will over skill, she learned the system, became fluent, and she was paying it forward. The biggest takeaway about success and building college skill is all about communication. I can't help you if I don't know what's going on. We all work as a unit to help you communicate your concerns to your Judson staff as well as your faculty. Our common goal is to help you succeed and get to graduation. Now, we use multiple avenues of communication: phone, email, text, Zoom, Skype, whatever it takes. Early in the morning, early in the afternoon, or evenings, we're here to help you out. Moving on to slide number 11 is long-term goals. I'm always going to bring up the finish line, which is graduation. I think it's super important to always know your progression and how far you have come. It's also important to celebrate small victories. For example, I had a student that was very intimidated by math. Again, I shared my personal story about having 3 attempts and how too it can be very frustrating and intimidating. Now, with tailor-made resources and an open avenue communication with the professor and the student, we were able to prevail. The way I worded to them is, although math may not be a very popular subject, we can't create this big monster. The thing is, we have to pass every single week. And if we look at it as a 7-day pass rate, if we pass every week, we will pass every class. Now, in doing so, we did pass a class, definitely congratulated the student and commended her on her victory. I encourage all my students to ask questions and pick the brains of your professor. I challenge them to apply what they learn in the classroom to their personal and their professional lives. The research you do here at Judson is going to get you and help you in your career. It's all about having benchmarks. For example, your next class, your next grade, your GPA, marketing yourself, creating your brand through resume and cover letter building. And I'll be with you every step of the way. I also encourage students to find their own problem solving strategies that can take them from backpack to briefcase. After completing this journey, you will have the skill set as well as the self-confidence to take on new challenges and pursue bigger dreams and goals. Now, gentle nudge when you need it the most. We frequently contact you to ensure you are meeting your goals. You have many people in your corner devoted to your success. Having a good support system is a major pillar in your success. When you need additional support, in order to grow and to get better, you have to be challenged. I tell my students, embrace the change, welcome challenges, and have faith in your abilities. I will point you in the right direction whenever you need additional help. I love building organic relationships with my students, understanding their motivation, their needs, their wants, and their goals. I enjoy seeing students develop and evolve as they go through their educational journey. And I will leave you with this, and what I tell my students as much as I can. This is your story to tell. Take ownership of your college journey. Cement your legacy. Your story and experience will help motivate the next generation of students. Thank you. And without further ado, Shunnalo Brown.
My name is Shunnalo Brown, and I am a student of psychology. Whenever I'm stressed, Frank calls me and we discuss something that gives me strength. I need to carry on and succeed in classes. I really can't say enough about having a success coach. I didn't know what that was prior to meeting Frank Villa over the phone, but he has been like a friend holding my hand. I really appreciate his help and his guidance. One of the most memorable, interesting things about Frank Villa is when he told me how to find the scholarly journals that are in the system under EBSCO, and I had no idea how to cite my journals. I read my APA formatting, but it was all Chinese to me. Frank walked me through calming down, setting my ducks in a row, understanding what is being asked, and how to find the information in the Judson Library. I often forget to order my books or where to go and order my books. Frank Villa has been extremely instrumental in helping me stay on target, order my books in a timely fashion, order them either on Amazon, where I order them now because they are less expensive. There are options that I had no idea about, but Frank Villa has walked me through this new journey for me. I often say, yes, I am 60 years old and college is new to me. Judson University is a different type of university. For me, that means a Christian university. And I did not expect a success coach. I didn't know what that was. I am so grateful to have Frank Villa as my success coach, and I will always remember him and always ask him the important questions.
Thank you so much, Shunnalo, for sharing your experiences with us. I'm so happy to hear that Frank has been so instrumental and helpful as you pursue your degree. So that's great to hear firsthand from a student. Now, before we move on to our Q&A section, I'd like to share a couple of reminders with the group. First up, classes start as soon as September 14th. And I know September seems like a long ways away, but I think if we've all learned something from 2020 is that it's moving along quicker than we expected. So to get started on September 14th or a later start date, please give our team a call. Kim, Braelin, and Frank are ready to help you. You can call them at 888-527-5255. 4728. And I will put that into the chat of this webinar so that you can jot that down. Then the next thing I'd like to remind you about is an upcoming webinar for some more information. So one of the great things about Judson is that we do a lot to help our students kind of move through not only their education, but their life as well. So on September 2nd, the director of our career services here at Judson will be hosting a webinar about nailing the job hunt. So if you or anybody you know is looking for a new job, if you're out on the market, she will be there to kind of give you some tips and tricks about how you can search for a new job. It's totally free. You don't need to be a Judson student to attend, and we encourage you to kind of share that with anybody that you know. You can sign up for that on judsondegree.com/webinars. And again, I will stick that into the group chat so that you can all have easy access to it. Now we will go ahead and turn the time over to our Q&A section. Just as a reminder, if you joined us a little bit late, that's totally great. We welcome you to the webinar. There is a Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them in, and our panelists here will do their best to answer those questions for you. And it looks like we already got some. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Braelin this question. This person wants to know about financial aid. Has anything changed in the last couple of months with COVID going on? And if not, what has changed, and who can help them navigate financial aid?
Sure. So thank you for your question. And there have been some changes recently in financial aid due to COVID, and it's pretty much all good. For students who currently have federal student loans through the government, your loans are in forbearance right now. So that means you don't have to make any payments, and the interest is at zero. So if you are out of school and you are in a position where you're not able to make payments on student loans, that's great that you have that relief through the federal student loans through financial aid. As far as beginning at Judson, if for whatever reason you've had a change in family or financial situation, maybe someone in your family who's, you know, a main breadwinner has lost a job or has reduced hours, you also have the ability to appeal to our financial aid office, and they can reevaluate your financial aid package and the funding that they're willing to award you based on this new financial aid or financial status that your family may be experiencing due to COVID. So those are some of the biggest changes. Of course, if you have any further questions that are specific to your situation, you can always reach out to myself or any other enrollment coach, and we can talk through the particulars and take you through any processes needed to make sure we're getting the whole picture about your financial status, and that way we can make sure you're getting the most funding possible.
Thank you so much, Braelin. I know that pandemic or not, financial aid is always kind of at the top of everybody's mind. So thanks for walking us through that, and especially kind of sharing some good news about financial aid at the moment. So I'm going to direct this next question to you, Frank. This person wants to know if you can work while taking classes, and they're worried about the classes fitting in with their schedule. What kind of answer do you have to that?
Awesome. Thank you. Great question. Actually, yes. Our formatted is majority for the working adult. It works quite well. Right now, doing the COVID, right, most it's online, but we have a great platform that works very flexible with a working adult. Most of my students are quite busy, actually, with family, with a full-time job, and other priorities and other responsibilities. Through good time management, me being there every step of the way, and again, going back to communication, it works very well. I get that quite often, actually, when my students tell me, like, this is one of the best platforms for me to learn. It definitely works well with everything that's ongoing on my busy life. So absolutely, it works very well for the working adult.
Great, thank you so much, Frank. Now, Shunnalo alluded to this a little bit earlier when she was sharing her experience with us, but this person wants to know if Judson is a Christian university, and if so, how that kind of impacts classes. So Kim, can you help us understand how the Christian perspective helps or impacts classes as an adult?
Absolutely. So yes, we are a Christian university. And what that means is that we have a biblical perspectives kind of integrated into our curriculum and our classes. What you can expect in probably all your classes, if not most, would be some devotional time or, prayer time. And really, I think Shunnalo alluded to this as well. I mean, just a little bit different feel about it as far as like the amount of support and encouragement that you're going to get throughout your program that, not that this doesn't happen at other schools, but we absolutely care about our students and want the best for them. So, yeah.
Great, thank you, Kim. Now, Frank, this one's for you. Can coaches at Judson see a student's grade or grades?
Great question. That's one of my biggest things that I help with encouragement and progression. I do have access to your grades, your overall grades, your GPA. There might be sometimes we'll link up together and bring up your feedback as far as what you get for your individual assignments. But yes, overall, we both have access to your overall GPA, your progress, and that way we can monitor your success, right? And then tailor-made what we need if it's something that we have to bring up a GPA or get a specific grade. I'm always monitoring that type of progress alongside with attendance. So yes, I have access to that. And I love bringing it as a cohesive unit. I love having the student on the phone, walking them together, bringing it up together. So that way we both have a game plan and we both are seeing the same information.
Great, thank you, Frank. And we have time for one more question. And Kim, you're the lucky winner. You get this one too. Can you tell me, this person says that other universities that they've attended, academic offices have office hours. So it makes it really hard as an adult to go speak to, their advisor or whomever. So do you and your team have office hours, or can you only get help? Can the student only get help from 9 to 5?
No, I mean, we are available. So we have team members staffed from about 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, and then even on Saturdays. So we're really trying to fit the needs of our working adults, and we find that most students, can get the support and help that they need within those hours. If there was an off chance that we couldn't catch somebody, I mean, it wouldn't be completely out of the question to, maybe, adjust their schedule to have a phone conversation with a student if needed. But we have, like I said, plenty of staff who can reach out to students during, extended hours.
Awesome, thank you, Kim. Just to echo that sentiment, Judson really is built for working adults. And so we do everything that we can to tailor that around working adults' lives and schedules. So of course, feel free to reach out to Kim and her team, and they will always do everything they can to help you out. So it looks like we're at time. If you have sent questions in, I'm so sorry that we weren't able to get to them, but you can call Kim and her team. If you don't mind going to the next slide. The phone number to contact Kim and her team is right here, 888-527-4728. You can also, you can also join us on our next webinar on September 2nd. Take a look at the chat that has been sent out, and you can find the phone number there as well if you want to jot it down really quickly. But again, thank you for everyone who's joined us. Thank you, Kim, Frank, Braelin, and Shunnalo for sharing your expertise and your experience with everyone. And we hope to see everybody in classes soon. Have a nice night.